PSG eliminated, red alert before the Great War with Bayern. Instability has appeared in PSG after the 1-2 loss to Marseille in the 1/8 round of the 2022/23 French National Cup. Coach Christophe Galtier's team has revealed its limitations in a top knockout match. Remember, they will face an even more fierce battle with Bayern in the middle of next week. The second time in a row stopping in the 1/8 round of the French National Cup made Nuno Mendes very angry. This Portuguese defender has just returned from injury, but is one of the few who play fully on the side of PSG. So, not surprisingly, when referee François Letzier blew the final whistle, Mendes kicked the billboard on the pitch and dodged the reporters' questions. At that time, the PSG players led by Lionel Messi bowed into the dressing room. This is the third time since the beginning of 2023, PSG must receive a defeat, and it once again speaks to all the current difficulties of the Parc des Princes home team. Weak physical strength, poor technique, and inefficiency are the limitations that make those who love them constantly worry about the Great War with Bayern on February 15. Except for Mendes, Achraf Hakimi, and Marco Verratti, the remaining names, especially Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, and Sergio Ramos, despite scoring, all showed a very bad performance. PSG plays superficially, without rhythm and not at the right level. During the whole match they were caught up in the style and position of Marseille. Losing in duels, the visitors' quarterbacks overlapped and could not control the rhythm of the game. Even when they have the ball, these four midfielders face a lot of difficulties in coordinating and deploying the ball upward, especially when the Marseille players put great pressure on. Besides, when counter-attacking, PSG lacks speed and efficiency. The lack of speed in the counter-attack is the taboo of modern football. Letting a star-filled PSG fall into this situation is the responsibility of coach Christophe Galtier. This military leader lacks flexibility in the steering chair. After the recent victory over Toulouse, Galtier emphasized that he is not looking for a magic formula, but relies on each opponent to launch moves. But in the draw with Reims with a score of 1-1, PSG played very badly with the traditional 4-4-2 formation, and then continued to disappoint when playing with the diamond 4-4-2 formation that Vitinha in public role. Defensively, Vitinha plays well, but when supporting the attack, he is not physically and technically enough to launch high-damage passes, and he plays too poorly on the ball. Instead, against a good Reims playing the ball, Galtier had to use Hugo Ekitike from the beginning to be able to create a better game. Against Marseille this time, Galtier made the same mistake again. The diamond 4-4-2 diagram does not work when Messi is pushed to the striker with Neymar. Verratti had to strain himself to carry the midfield, causing the areas on the field of PSG to be divided. There was not much time left for Galtier to find a possible solution against Bayern. Parisians probably only know how to pray for some miracle to help Kylian Mbappé quickly recover. And, perhaps, Neymar is a symbol of the decline of the whole PSG team at the moment. He was not physically fit to accelerate, the cumbersome dribbles were ineffective. Neymar's ankle problem has not been completely resolved. PSG is making those who love them really worried. Marseille broke down. The 2-1 victory yesterday morning was the first time since November 28, 2011 that Marseille had defeated PSG at the Vélodrome home ground. Previously, the Port City team in the south of France lost 7 and drew 3 after 10 times welcoming the opponent at home in all competitions.